Paul McCartney writes many songs to order. Although most of his and John Lennon's compositions were original works, they were often asked by manager Brian Epstein to write songs for other artists he managed and also had to write songs for films starring the band. This did not stop after he left the Beatles. In 1973, Paul was approached by Albert R. Broccoli and Harry Saltzman, producers of the James Bond film series, to write the theme song for their next installation, Live and Let Die. Paul, then a member of the band Wings, was sent the novel as inspiration for the song and began writing it. In a 1973 interview, he said, "I read the book Live and Let Die in one day, started writing it that night and continued it the next day, and finished it the next night." He added, "I sat down at the piano, worked on something, then contacted George Martin, who produced the song with us. Linda wrote the reggae part in the middle of the song. We rehearsed it as a band, recorded it, then handed it to him." The film marked Roger Moore's debut as Agent 007 and was based on the second Bond novel by Ian Fleming. The film tells the story of a secret agent sent to New York after 3 MI6 agents were killed. The song, which combines rock, reggae, and instrumental parts, is different from previous songs in the Bond series. George, who was the Beatles' long-term producer, also did the film's soundtrack. Mr. Saltzman wanted someone else to sing the song Paul wrote, with former Bond singer Shirley Bassey one of his preferred candidates. However, George disagrees, as he believes that hiring Paul to compose the songs means he will also sing. This song, which combines rock, reggae, and instrumental parts, is different from previous songs in the Bond series. George, who was a long-term producer of the Beatles, also worked on the film's soundtrack. Saltzman wanted someone else to sing the songs Paul had written, with former Bond singer Shirley Bassey one of his preferred candidates. However, George disagrees, as he believes that by hiring Paul to compose the song, he will also sing along. George and Paul recorded the complete version at AIR Studios, London, over one day. They then presented it to the film's producers. Paul recalled, "After the recording was done, they said to George, 'Great, what a demo. Now, when are you going to do the real song, and who's going to sing it?' And George said, 'What? It's the real song.' They won that fight, and Paul's version of the song was included in the film. The song was a huge success, topping the charts in the US and becoming the first 007 song to be nominated for an Oscar. Despite this, Paul has had different reflections on the song in various interviews. In 1973, he said the song was another example of his ability to write custom songs. He explained, "I wouldn't like it if my music was going to replace John Barry's great James Bond theme. I know I'd miss it. I went to see him turn around and fire the gun. Our part came after he did that and after the 3 kills at the beginning. I'm good at writing in sequence with things like that. I wanted to write jingles, I'm quite good at that, a craftsman. It put me under a bit of a pressure, like writing to a deadline, knowing I had 2 minutes and 3 seconds with a definite theme." But in the book The Lyrics, 1956 to the present, Paul said he was less than thrilled with his work at the time, but was pleased with the reaction to it. He said, "I don't rate it too highly compared to some of the Bond themes that have come before, like the ones for From Russia with Love or Goldfinger, which are very Bond. I'm not sure if my song fits in with such classics, but many people have included it on their lists of the best Bond songs. Then, when it was released, it became the most successful Bond theme song to date and was nominated for an Oscar for Best Original Song." The song has long been featured as part of Paul's live shows, including last year's Got Back tour. It's a big set piece with fireworks. Of playing it live, Paul said, "It's still a big show tune for us to this day. We had fireworks, and the thing I loved most about it was that we knew the explosion was coming. The first big explosion.